Hi, in this video we're going to go over how to find vital record information in Maryland. To get started, go to marylandpublicrecords.org. There will be a link in the description that you can click on, or you could just type this into your browser. On the home page, you will notice multiple databases available to you within the state of Maryland. These are different types of public databases. And so depending on what you need vital record information for, you can actually use some of these databases. For example, vital information is used for genealogy research. So it just depends on what you're looking for vital information for. You could potentially use some of these databases here, but we do have a page specifically created for the most sought after records. So I'm going to go ahead and anything from criminal information to background checks, and I'm going to go ahead and select vital records here. And so this has more resources. One of the first things you'll notice is a statewide resource, and then of course you have your county level resources for the most populous counties. One thing to consider is a lot of these places, what they offer is a certificate. This is a certified document that people can use to verify certain things, like for example a birth certificate. Now, in most cases, this document is not available to the public just because it's only available to the person that, let's say, the certificate belongs to, maybe the parents, guardians, legal representatives. So depending on what you're looking for, if you need an actual document and you can legally get it, you could use these resources here. For everybody else that's just looking for vital record information, and vital records are pretty much, these are just life occurrences. So anything like birth, marriage, divorce, death, things like that are considered significant life occurrences. And so these would be vital records. But if you're just looking for information, let's say maybe you're dating somebody and you want to know, like, has this person ever had a divorce, and you wanted to look that information up, you can't necessarily get the certificate, but because in a divorce you have to see a judge, and anytime you see a judge, it creates a court document. A court record is considered public information depending on the situation. You can use court records to, for instance, figure out if somebody has had a divorce. As an example, I'm going to go ahead and click on court records. And you can see there are different courts that cover different, in Maryland. You have 4 different court types, and they each cover a specific cases. So as an example, you have the orphans court. Now this one does estate and probate. So you can actually figure anytime somebody dies, it goes there's a probate case. So you're able to find this information, like I said, using other public databases out there without actually needing an actual certificate. So depending on what you're doing your research for, if you're doing it for genealogy, there are resources available out there at the state level where after the person passes away, after a certain amount of time, they will actually release copies of these documents, and you're able to connect the dots and make a family tree using these documents. So it just depends on what you're trying to get out of this search. One more thing here of note, there is also a name search box on top. Now this is both a public and a private database, and what this allows you to do is not only search records in the state of Maryland at the county or at the state level, it actually goes outside the state also. So it pulls records from multiple states and multiple databases. So in the example of if you are trying to find out if somebody has a divorce, but let's say they got a divorce excuse me, in the state of Florida or maybe in Tennessee, and now they live in Maryland. If you're just checking the state records, state records in Maryland, you're not necessarily going to see what happened in those previous states. So to make sure you have your bases covered, You want to get that big picture view regarding somebody's public public records history, it's a great tool to utilize. So once again, it's marylandpublicrecords.org. Come on down and get started on your Maryland Vital Record Information search. Thank you.